Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Jill Lancet and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in beautiful downtown Greystanes, which is a Sydney suburb. Obviously in Australia, you probably could already tell that by my accent. I really don't think I've got an accent, but anyway, obviously I do. Okay, now this is another Christmas decoration / gift card holder. I saw this on YouTube. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. I just love bringing you guys really clever things. This was on a YouTube channel called Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Now, yeah, I haven't done a lot of notes, as you can tell, but it will all be down in the description, as it always is, guys. So, yeah, I hope you've had a great week. I've had a fairly good week. This weekend I'm looking forward to. It is the last class at the Anglicare Village at Ritchie Hill. Got a beautiful bunch of ladies there. Hi, everybody. Last Saturday was the last class for the Cumberland Art Society card making class in Marylands. So if you would like more information on that, yeah, Tilly2145 at gmail.com. We're not starting up again now until January, but if you'd like any information, yeah, just request that. Obviously, you'll probably want to be fairly local. You probably won't want to be travelling for miles and miles. Now, I want to get going with this because when I saw this, I was like, oh, that is brilliant. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to just get started. Now, I've done half of it. I haven't got one. I haven't made it fully. I thought we'd both see how this turns out at the same time, which sometimes, yeah, can be a little bit fraught. But what I've done here is I've cut out 3 pieces and I've used 2 of the Deckled circles. Now, the Deckled circles, they go right up to very, very large. I have them here. I'm going to show you which ones they are. Now, there's how many? 14 dies. And they're really, really useful. I'm using the 4th, the 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from the outside. So the 4th and 5th largest ones. Now, I'm going to pop them back in there because, yeah, I will lose them. But I've already cut them out, and this is just so simple, and I've kind of made it even simpler in that there's not a lot of terrible lot of decoration on this, okay? So, yeah, that's the way I'm rolling at the moment. I'm telling you, it's getting very, very close to the pointy end of the year. And, yeah, so out of the largest of the 2, so the 4th largest Deckled circle, I have cut out a piece of real red. Then out of the 4th largest, I just cut out 3/4 of one because it was on the edge of the page. I don't need the whole one. And then I've cut out this beautiful piece of these gorgeous, gorgeous papers. Now, what are they called? Good grief. You know it's going to be in the description below, but I forgot to get it ready. They are called the Season of Elegance 12 by 12 specialty papers. Now, one side has the beautiful gold foiling on it. The other side is basically the same design, but without the gold foiling. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I've got a little bit of stamping to do. I'm being really, really lazy. A lot of my craft items are in my big wheelie tote bag for Sunday, and I could not be bothered getting them out. That's how lazy I am. So I'm making do with things that I've already got here so I don't have to get them out. Now, for instance, I found this tiny little Versamark ink pad. Works perfectly. Don't know where you get them from, but I've had this for a very long time. But anyway, the other thing I've got packed away is my embossing buddies. So I just went to the laundry. I've got a dryer sheet. I'm hoping that this will do the trick. These are not easy to find in Australia. I might just point that out to you too. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this. So with the, and this is from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. I'll try and remember to put the link. In fact, I will write myself a note. Put link. Look, credit where credit is due, and I think this is really, really great. So, yeah. Okay, so I've got these bits and pieces. I mean, she may or may not have measured this exactly the same. I don't know what size she did. This is what I'm doing because I want to put a gift card behind this, and I needed to have it big enough to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this bit, and it is about 3/4 of this circle, only because that was what was left on the half of the A4. Now I cut the piece down to 5 inches for this one, 4.5 for this one. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to score about, well, let's make it a full 1/2 inch, okay? So if I line this, it's a bit tricky with circles, but look, I've got a line all the way down there, so I can just lay that on the line and then score it, and that will be straight, okay? So she did this. I don't know if it's necessary, but I guess it will give it a little bit of strength. And I think that's the only reason why you would do this. But anyway, so I'm just going to take my bone folder, give that a really good crease, and glue that down. So I'm going to use some liquid glue. So just popping a little bit of liquid glue. Look, you don't need gallons of this stuff, okay? And I'm just going to pop that down and hold that for a minute, okay? So you can actually give it a bit of a swipe over with your bone folder, and that will help it. It spreads the glue and it, gives it a minute. So we've got this nice neat edge. I want to do some stamping on there. I want to do some stamping on here, and we're going to gold emboss them, both of them. So this is where the fingers crossed, hoping that the what do you call it, the dryer sheet is going to be okay. So I've just got a little bit of scrap paper here. I'm going to fold that in half, just like that, so that I can tip this back into the bottle. So the way I positioned this was to have more of the gold from the designer series paper, and here it is here. So I've gone close to the top edge, and I've cut off 5 inches to accommodate this size, okay? And that's all I needed. Now, the next one could be full on that. I don't know if you'd get 3, but anyway, depends on what size your deckled circle is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a nice rub over with the dryer sheet. Crikey. Dear, oh dear. Okay. So yeah, I'm just giving that a bit of a wipe over with the dryer sheet. I'm going to find out right along with you if this actually works, okay? Now, I have a stamp from an older set. Now, what is it called? Good grief. I think it's called... Oh, I did put it here. I'm sure I put it here. Hold on. Hold your horses, honey. Yeah, it's a really old... Well, it's not really that old. Brightest Glow. And it's just Season's Greetings. I just looked for something that would go straight across, not too big, not too flashy, because we've got a lot happening here. So I've got that. I've done it with the dryer sheet. I've got some embossing ink here, and it is Versamark brand. I'm giving this a really good ink up, okay? And I want to put this sort of straight across here. So, yeah, let's have a look. Hopefully my head won't get in the way. Right, so I'm putting it about, oh gosh, I don't know, about a third up, okay? Just pressing down. Now, these long, skinny stamps, sometimes you can't help but rock them, but don't rock too much in case you have got ink on the outside edge, which will catch the embossing powder. So try your best. And there's that. Now I am going to put some, I'm just checking that in the light. Yep, I can see that. I'm just putting some embossing powder on here. Hold your horses, honey. I've got the fan on, so I hope this doesn't blow everywhere. More than likely it will. Let's have a look. Now, that's what I was talking about. You can see the edge of the stamp there. Don't get too panicky about that. I take a tiny little brush. I don't know if you can see it. It's just there. So I'm just going to wipe that off. Sometimes that happens. So, yeah, don't get too panicky. Don't get too panicky if there's speckles on there either, because, look, the whole thing is covered in speckles. Right, so that's that one done. Now, I want to stamp onto... I'm just going to pop that back in the jar. And then I'm going to stamp on this part down the bottom here, to and from. And this is from the Greetings of the Season. So to and from, because remember, this is a gift card. Yeah, a gift card. Now, I need my embossing ink again. I'm going to give this a bit of a swipe over with the dryer sheet. Fingers crossed. And I don't want this dead center. I want this kind of over to one side so that I can write on it when it's time to give it. So I'm hoping that's straight. Right down, just like that. And then straight up again. And we'll tip some of this embossing ink on there again. That looks perfect. Okay, tip that in the jar before something terrible happens. Now these, I mean, you know, if you've got a lot of these to make, you may well have to figure out how you are going to do them in a process line. Obviously cut them all out, maybe stamp them all up at the same time. Now I can't get the lid on the jar. There we go. And now I'm going to heat them. Okay. Yes, I am. I'm just going to give this a couple of seconds to heat up. And then I'm going to heat this. There's nothing more satisfying, if you ask me. Well, actually, there's more things that are satisfying, but this is quite up there on the top of my list. when you see that embossing powder just melt into that gorgeous embossing. Oh, beautiful. So there, that's that. And then I'm going to do the season's greetings as well. Now you just want to heat that until it turns. Beautiful. Look at that. Drop it upside down, Jill. That's brilliant. Yeah, so there we go. So we've got season's greetings, okay? And on the back, we've got to and from. So there's a bit of room for you to write right there. So the first thing I'm going to put on is this, because I don't need to line this up in any, you know, fashion at all, but I do need to line that up. So I'm just going to put some glue. Now this paper's gone a bit warpy because of the heat embossing. It is only paper, it's not cardstock. So I want to make sure that I get this all stuck down. So I'm just centering it up, make sure the borders are all nice. Then I'm going to actually tip it upside down and yeah, give this a nice rub from the back, okay? Just make sure that that glue connects all of that. Your bone folder is a really handy little tool. If you don't have one, you might want to think about getting one, because they actually are very, very handy. So there we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure whether you can see where I'm going with this, but this is going to be an ornament that hangs on the tree. So I've got that there like that. Now what I want to do is take just my little stationary single hole punch, which I've had for years and years and years. Absolutely had it for donkey's years. I'm just kind of lining this up so that it's around about the center. Hopefully. I'm always off, but anyway, there we go. I've just popped that there. Now I did make a mark and it's not exactly right there. That's okay. I'll just rub that out. Now what I want to do is on the back, I want to glue this. There will be a border, and I want to glue this so that it is straight with where the hole is, so perpendicular, okay? Now what I need to do is to take my little card that I'm going to put in there, whichever way I'm going to put this. I think that way. And this is another thing that I like to do. I like to mold around the edges of this. So just making sure I've got enough room for some glue and that it's centered. Just going to pop that down there like that. And I'm going to take an embossing ball tool. Now here's another great tip. This dryer sheet, you can actually give it a bit of a rub over, and all I'm going to do is just trace around the gift card. So what I'm doing is I'm giving it a bit of a home to sit into. Now you can see that the word from is in the way there. That's fine. I'll just go either side of it because it's embossed. I don't want to wreck it. And I'll just stop a bit short. The gift card is still going to sit in there. You can still write your message to and from on there. And now when I go to glue this from the back, I can see where I need to put my glue. That is very handy. So I'm just going to pop some glue. Nowhere within this area do I want glue, only on the outer side, okay? So I can go down to about there. I can do the whole bottom part and then this side here, okay? Now if you can get a little bit in on that edge, then more power to you. Okay, right. Now I need to line this up again so that it is perpendicular with that. There is a bit of a border. It is the same, it's the same circle from the front of the ornament. So I'm just going to line this up and give this a minute. Just give that a minute. I might even pop that in there while I hold the glue down, just so that it connects. Okay, we're nearly finished. Can't believe how quick these are and how absolutely effective they are. I've got a coffee, so I've got music playing. This is going to be finished in a minute. Everything's happening right, girls and boys. Right. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm just going to pop some twine. I've got this gold twine, so I've got a length of it. I'm going to tie that in a knot, just like that. And then I'm going to thread that through. Now this is designed to hang on the tree, so let's see how we go from the front to the back. And how beautiful is that? Now if you wanted to send that to somebody, you just tuck that down. That will fit into an envelope that's roughly 5.5 by 5.5 inches. If you need to post that to somebody, and they've got their own little gift tag that will go on the tree, and come Christmas Day you just say there's a gift for you on the tree, just turn it over and you'll be able to see. Isn't that brilliant? I think that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Laura, from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Whiz over to her her Facebook, what do you call it? YouTube channel. Crikey, it is getting a bit late in the afternoon. 22 minutes. 22 minutes. Admittedly, I had everything cut out, but I think that is beautiful. This paper, it does all the work. If you wanted to, I don't know, put a banner on there with a separate piece, you can also put some little gems on it. What about if we do that? I've got these little ones, what are they called? Iridescent foil gems. Let's put some of them on, just to finish this off. Okie dokie. So we'll pop one up there. It's best to just throw these on without thinking about it, guys. I'm telling you, that's how most of the time I do it. Now, whether they're in the right spot is absolutely debatable, but there you go. How gorgeous. Beautiful, easy. Didn't take up a lot of products. And we've got this beautiful little gift card now that will hang on the tree. And you can use it over and over again. Don't let them take it home. So there's your gift card. Give me back the thing. You'll be getting it again next year. But yeah, I think that's really lovely. The only thing is you just need to know what size the gift card is that you're going to be popping in there. And of course you can write on that with gold gel pen, and that would be perfect. So there you go. What do you think about that? I think Laura is a genius. I'm so glad that I found this particular one, because I was tossing up with what else can I bring to this channel in the lead up to Christmas. I know we haven't got a lot of time left, guys, so yeah, I think this is a great one. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful Thursday evening. I will see some of you in person on Sunday. I will see some of you right here on Sunday night for the next exciting episode in card making with Jill Lancet. Have a great night and a great weekend, and take care. and stay kind, and I'll see everybody soon. Bye for now. Hooray.